What made Abba music great? What made Abba's tunes extraordinarily? Exactly the same thing that made them irritating, a steady utilization of snares. A snare is the piece of the tune that you whistle or stall out in your mind. The young men in Abba worked out that they were very acceptable at thinking of snappy little rhythm, yet rather than generously tidying their melodies with them, they chose to make all aspects of each tune a snare. Likewise, they 2 or 3 different stunts. They seldom utilized anything strange as far as rhythm, the vast majority of the tunes being 4/4 time and generally with a thump each moment pretty much identical to a human heartbeat. Expressively they were more all in or all out, in spite of the fact that obviously, they didn't write in their first language, which is precarious, and still, at the end of the day, they attempted to do narrating and utilize topics and thoughts individuals could identify with. A few tunes, similar to Eagle, went well away from this, and stand apart as a result of it. However, for the most part the verses are protected and relatable. Love, misfortune, envy, yearning and wants for harmony highlight vigorously, distress, passing, vengeance, and outrage essentially less so. They're not everyone's cup of tea for precisely the reasons they were effective, and they adhered to an equation that worked. Simply remember, however, that albeit the equation is easy to clarify, it's exceptionally difficult to do, and Abba tunes are misleadingly perplexing, which helps for continued tuning in. Is loving Abba, the band, something to be embarrassed about? Just in case you're the kind of individual who cares about others' opinions about you. I never made any mystery of my preference for the band, and indeed, that brought some tormenting down on me when I was at school, yet at that point, I got harassed at any rate, so it didn't care for it would have any effect. Notwithstanding, it had a sudden potential gain. Abba was not a band to be embarrassed about preferring on the off chance that you were female, just male. As a bashful high schooler, that gave me an approach to converse with young ladies at school. We in any event had that protected regular interest to discuss. I was into numerous different sorts of music and craftsmen as well. However, Abba was absolutely a top pick for some time. There was a sure measure of companion pressure not to be so intense, however, so my appreciation would in general be genuinely serene. At the point when I attended a university, I appreciated a lot of new music and troublemakers, hard rock just as disco and pop. Individuals scoffed at this to some degree since it befuddled their feeling of tribalism. In the event that you preferred one sort of music, it should avoid different sorts. I generally believed that was screwing inept. In any case, by then I'd figured out how to quit saying sorry for acting naturally, and that, thus, had, at last, tackled the tormenting issue. In any case, Abba bit by bit disappeared, and before the finish of the 80s, truly not a band I at any point contemplated. However, at that point unexpectedly, they returned into the public creative mind, with accolade groups like Bjorn again doing the rounds, and out of nowhere, everybody was an Abba fan. Many previous troublemakers, for example, Glenn Matlock expressed he was a fan and was enlivened to compose the riff for Pretty Vacant from Abba's S.O.S. While feeling to some degree vindicated, these lyrics of music weren't completely persuading. What took you such a long time? That is difficult to gauge as there are countless factors. A couple of years prior, it was figured that Benny and Bjorn were the two worth somewhere in the range of £100 million and £150 million each. A ton of that must unquestionably have happened through the Mamma Mia wonder, which isn't stringently Abba yet clearly is firmly related. As the two lyricists of Abba, they would have procured undeniably a greater number of money than the two ladies of Abba did. Agnetha and Annie Frid had solo singing vocations when Abba's astounding achievement, and they will have kept on acquiring performing money when they went solo. As the bleeding edge artists and without a doubt more visually appealing of the band, they would probably have arranged their own picture rights, particularly given all the product related to Abba. They are allegedly worth anything somewhere in the range of £20 million and £50 million each. Unimaginably, at one time the four Abba individuals claimed half of their own record name organization, Polar Music. Any new pursuit, that is straightforwardly Abba concerned, for example, the Symbol Show/Visit 1 year from now, needs the endorsement of every one of the four, so they probably each have equivalent offers in the organization that controls the Abba name. It's figured Abba actually has 2 to 3 meters deals each year.